You know how they always say cameras can't lie? Well, this video proves that sometimes cameras capture things that have no place in our logical world. Right now, you're looking at one of the most famous pieces of paranormal evidence in history, footage kept in the official archives of the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, verified as unaltered by every expert who has examined it. The story goes that on Halloween night, 2018, a security camera in the fourth-floor hallway of this historic hotel captured an entity that matches the historical descriptions of Lucy, the hotel's famous maid. Now, picture this scene: a dark, ancient hallway, midnight, and a being that suddenly materializes from a solid wall. But why are we so sure this footage is real? Because, first, the Stanley Hotel itself sent this film to 3 independent laboratories, and all 3 confirmed it was not tampered with. Second, this exact same entity has been reported over 20 other times since 1920. Always the same tall woman in the same Victorian dress. Now, let's get to the most terrifying part of the story. This ghost has only been seen clearly one other time in history, exactly 100 years before this incident, on Halloween night, 1918. That night, Lucy, who was a maid at the hotel, was supposed to manage a wealthy couple's wedding reception on the 4th floor. But something strange happened. At 11 p.m., the guests heard a blood-curdling scream from the kitchen. When they rushed in, they found Lucy on the floor, dying. The last words she said were, "The bride, they're taking the bride," but the bride was fine. In fact, she was sitting right next to the groom, and no one ever understood what Lucy had seen. From that night on, every 100 years, precisely on Halloween night, this ghost appears, as if it's giving a warning, or perhaps searching for something. Experts say that maybe Lucy didn't see her own death that night, but rather saw the death of someone else, someone who was destined to die 100 years later. And so the question is, the ghost's reappearance in 2018. Does it mean someone's death is imminent? Or perhaps the bride from 1918 is returning? The Stanley Hotel still stands today, and perhaps tonight, its cameras are capturing new scenes. So next time you find yourself in a historic hotel on Halloween night, take a trip to the 4th floor. You might just see Lucy for yourself. Now let's move to a story that proves some Halloween nights truly become hell on earth. This time in the historic and mysterious town of Salem, Massachusetts, the same town known for centuries of witchcraft legends and dark rituals. The year was 2019. An old wooden cabin on Willow Street caught the neighbors' attention. The owner, Brian, decorated the cabin every Halloween with orange lights and scary pumpkins. But that year, the neighbors noticed something strange. The red liquid splattered on the pumpkins wouldn't dry. Even after 3 days, it remained fresh and sticky, with a strange smell, like rotten meat. One neighbor approached closer. He touched one of the pumpkins and realized the red liquid was fresh blood. Police arrived and opened case number SAL-H19-443. When they broke into the cabin, they encountered an unbelievable scene: 3 corpses, all brutally dismembered exactly like the Halloween pumpkins arranged in the garden. But the strangest part was a tiny hidden camera found inside one pumpkin. The camera contained only 3 minutes of further investigation revealed the victims were all Brian's old friends who attended his Halloween party every year. The medical examiner confirmed all 3 victims died exactly at 11 p.m. on Halloween night, still wearing their costumes. One of the most terrifying details was the strange symbols drawn on the cabin walls with the victims' blood, symbols that experts later confirmed belonged to 17th century satanic cults in Salem. The killer was never found. The cabin still stands today. Local residents say every Halloween night, strange sounds emerge from within, sounds like sobbing, and the smell of fresh blood returns. Some witnesses even claim to see shadows moving around the cabin, taking the shape of Halloween pumpkins. Maybe if you pass by on Halloween night, you might see Brian's face in one of the windows, or something else that's still alive, waiting for the next Halloween to come. And now we come to our final story tonight, the strangest and most terrifying of them all. This is the story of Emily, the little girl who returns every Halloween. The year was 1995 in the small town of Blair, West Virginia. An 8-year-old girl named Emily disappeared in the surrounding forests on Halloween night. 3 days later, she was miraculously found alive, but everyone immediately noticed her strange behavior. Emily claimed a woman called the Autumn Queen had saved her and said she must return to the forest every Halloween. Doctors diagnosed her with deep psychological shock, but her family noticed something even more disturbing. Emily could now see things others couldn't. She spoke to invisible entities and made shockingly accurate predictions about people's imminent deaths. Then on Halloween 1996, Emily returned to the forest and this time disappeared forever. But the story doesn't end there. From that year onward, every Halloween, local children report seeing a little girl in orange wandering the forest. She looks exactly like Emily, wearing the same orange Halloween costume with the same bright blue eyes. Even more disturbing, some children who see her develop strange abilities afterward. They can see the future or communicate with the dead. The West Virginia police opened case number BLA GH 95-221 but could never find a logical explanation for these events. So tonight, on Halloween night, if you find yourself near the forests of Blair, be very careful. You might just encounter the little girl in orange, waiting for someone to reveal her secret. Or perhaps she's been waiting all this time for you.